there was a fair bit of news today, so I thought cover it for the channel. Bit of content. First off, ID card creation. What's interesting to note is that although these are all known cards already, you have an alternate artwork of Celebrose Gossip Witch, and you have the reveal of a new Outerverse monster, Outerverse Yugioh, who, if you don't remember, has the effect of discarding one card from your hand to the graveyard, and then you can add one Outerverse Diversity Scream or one Field Spell card from your graveyard to your hand, and he becomes Galaxy type. So it's like a soft confirmation that Diversity Scream will probably be coming out. But then, in bigger news, we have an announcement of Structure Deck Triumphant Return of the Monarchs. Triumphant Return of the Monarchs will release on September 20th, 2025, based on the Monarch theme, centered on the extremely popular Kai'Sa Shadow Monarch. Not only will this deck include brand new Rush Duel original Monarch monsters, but existing Monarch related cards and highly popular generic cards will be reprinted as well. It's a 40 card deck, so that's no extra deck, no rituals whatsoever, which I think is fine, it's fair, it's pretty standard for Monarchs anyways. I can only imagine that they will change Kai'Sa's effect, because he does banish. My prediction is they'll probably have him force a card onto the bottom of the deck, because there's not a lot of searching, and thus not a lot of shuffling. In Rush Duel, forcing a card down to the bottom of the deck is pretty much like banishing it. I don't know, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what Monarchs do. They do a little bit already, but I don't think it's enough at the moment. And finally, for bigger news, Zero. So Zero the Mant has finally been announced. Level 8, 2800 attack, 2300 defense, and no effect, which was predictable, it was standard. But then you have Zero the Wicked Fiend, who is a level 8 Dark Fiend ritual monster, 2800 attack, 2300 defense. Requirement: during your main phase, this card is ritual summoned. If there is no monster with 1600 attack in your graveyard. Effect: choose one fiend monster in your graveyard except an effect monster and special summon it to your field. Which basically means you can use Zero the Mant to summon out Zero the Wicked Fiend, and then immediately bring back Zero the Mant. Now, the normal monster with 1600 attack, of course, is Warrior Zero. Level 48 warrior monster, 1600 attack, 1600 defense. It's pretty much, just the basic sort of thing, But then he has an upgraded form, Wanderer Zero. Level 8 Earth Warrior effect monster, 2300 attack, 1600 defense. You can tribute summon this card in attack position by tributing one normal monster with an original attack of 1600. Requirement: none. Effect: choose one Zero ritual in your graveyard and set it to your spell and trap zone. So by the looks of it, you want to get rid of Zero fast, to then ritual summon your Zero the Mant. Use him as, and then obviously use him in your graveyard then to basically start activating the effect of Zero the Wicked Fiend, which is alright. And then of course you can add Zero rituals from your graveyard and set it to your spell and trap card zone. You have Zero ritual. Requirement: none. Ritual summon one Zero the Mant by sending monsters in your hand and/or field to the graveyard whose combined levels total 8 or more as material. You cannot use more monsters than necessary as material, which is bog standard, so limiting text. But what's interesting is, though, there's a second ritual card, Zero Advent, which is a ritual spell card. This card's name is treated as Zero Ritual while in the graveyard. Requirement: none. Effect. Ritual summon 0 the Mant or 0 the Wicked by sending monsters from your field to the graveyard whose combined levels total 8 or more as material. So it's interesting that you have these two cards. I would imagine that really you would want to be playing 3-3, but I could honestly see 3-2 for 0 Advent and 0 Ritual. Just because 0 Advent I think adds a bit more utility in the fact that it can Ritual summon either or zeros. Devil's Claw, which is a normal spell card. If there is a face-up 0 the Mant on your field, choose one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Pretty basic removal, really. Wicked Fire Blast of 0, normal trap card. If there is a 0 the Mant on your field, when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, choose one card in your opponent's field and destroy it. Then you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. It's nice, it's interesting. I mean, I'm glad the 0 the Mant has finally got something more than what he has had already in the TCG and the OCG. But I'm a little disappointed, to be honest, that it is as basic as it is. If I'm honest. Like, this is nice. So I can choose any fiend monster in my graveyard, but it can't be an effect monster. So I can go for 0 the Mant. I can go for Summon Skull. I can go for any normal fiends. But it doesn't feel like it's enough for 0 to be its own deck. I mean, Wanderer 0 is nice, but again, it doesn't really do anything. It just recycles your 0 rituals from the graveyard. And the support spell and trap is just okay. Really, I would see 0 as a bit more of an engine for some sort of normal based deck for Royal Demons, if I'm honest. Choose one fiend monster, so you can just use that one Royal Demon, which is a level 7 normal monster, to summon this plus one other thing. Could be anything at all, Follow, for example, and then use this guy then to summon out that Royal Demon, and then tribute them both for anything that wants it. Which again is such basic combos that I don't see it as being worthwhile. I don't know. I mean, I would hope that there is more to come up for 0. Obviously they're gonna show off a little bit more later on down the line, but I hope to God that there is something a bit more spicy, because at the minute it just feels like not enough, a bit basic. But on the other side, we have the Grace Princesses. Evergrace Princess Mai, level 9 light aqua ritual effect monster, 2700 attack, 1400 defense. Requirements: during your main phase this card was special summoned, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Effect: this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if Grace Princess Kana is in your graveyard, you can choose one monster in your opponent's field and destroy it, but if you do, this card cannot attack directly this turn. Already, they've already gotten something a bit stronger than what 0's already gotten. Evergrace Princess Marie, level 9 light aqua ritual effect monster, 2500 attack, 1400 defense. Requirements: during your main phase this card was special summoned, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Effect: this card gains 700 attack until the end of the turn. If Grace Princess Kana is in your graveyard, then this card can attack monsters twice this turn. Grace Princess Mai, level 7 light aqua normal monster, 2500 attack, 1400 defense. Of course, a reprint then of Grace Princess Kana, who was sure printed, I'm pretty sure, in her original set. I only ever got one copy, so God knows how. Grace Princess Marie, Level 7 light aqua effect monster, 2000 attack, 1400 defense. You can reveal one light aqua monster, normal monster, with 1400 defense in your hand to your opponent. Special summon this card from your hand to your field face up. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard. This card gains 600 attack until the end of the turn. Then you can choose one Grace Princess Kana or Grace Hakama Fitting Ceremony in your graveyard and add it to the hand. You see? Already, these guys have already gotten better support than Zero has. There's powering up, there's basically searching almost. Special summoning. There's a lot of things going on with this deck already. Grace Hakama Fitting Ceremony. Ritual spell card. Requirement none. Effect. Ritual summon Evergrace Princess Mai or Evergrace Princess Marie by sending light aqua monsters from your hand and or your field to the graveyard whose combined levels total 9 or more as material. You cannot use more monsters than necessary as material. You cannot use effect monsters in the hand as material for this effect. Grace Happiness Diary. Normal spell card. If there are 3 or more light aqua monsters in your graveyard, excavate the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal them. Choose one light aqua monster or one ritual spell card among them and add it to the hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. Already, this deck seems like it can do a lot more than any other ritual deck shown off so far. You know, you have destruction, and it can also not be destroyed by the opponent's effects. So it has destruction effect, protection effect. The only real limit is that it can't attack directly that turn if you destroy something. This card can attack monsters twice in a turn, and it gains attack. So with that 700 attack, you can go up to 3200, which I'm pretty sure, you know, in a match against Zero, it would already beat Zero. You know, the normal monsters don't really make much of a difference. You know, it doesn't harm the deck in any way because this is exactly what the deck wants. You know, level 7 light aqua normal monster. Then you have a level 2 normal monster in Grace Princess Kana. You cannot use effect monsters in the hand as material for Grace Hakama Fitting Ceremony, but you can use Grace Princess Mai, who is a normal monster in the hand. Grace Princess Marie special summons herself. It's interesting. This whole deck feels a lot more thought out than Zero does. I'm a bit amazed, really, that Zero got the short end of the stick. And finally, we have a few reprints, though, and one generic. Stratohammer Mjolnir. Level 5 Light Thunder effect monster. 1500 attack, 500 defense. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without a tribute. Requirement: send either one other card on your field or the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Effect: choose one face-up monster on your field and increase its level by 4 until the end of the turn. This is pretty useful, just for bumping up levels, so then you use less monsters to ritual summon. You know, like, it's not that bad of a card. I can see it being used early on, but I think it's one of these cards that later on down the line, probably even in a few months, it'll be outdated already. Still, interesting to note. Some reprints. Brickphone Yan Yan, Fashion of Faith, and Maysville Charity, which is interesting to see considering it recently got hit on the ban list. But yeah, that's it really. If you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, Please comment down below what you think of these new cards. Have a great day.